and welcome back. Today I'll be talking about the books that I want to read in the month of March. I think it's going to be a really good month for reading. February was a bit off. I only read 3 books, but for this month I do have big books to read, and that's okay. I am planning to read more this month, and I'm excited to share the books that I'll be reading. The first book I'm planning to read is Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. This has been a long waiting book for everyone. It just came out yesterday. Received it last night. So yes, I was waiting for this book to come out so I could do my March TBR with you guys. I just wanted to show you guys this gorgeous book. The end pages are amazing. I am so excited to read this book. I am going into it blind. I have read nothing about this book, only for the fact that there's a fallen angel. That's all I know about it. That's all I want to know about it. And I haven't seen anything else. I tend to wait a long time before reading new releases. So this time I have a fear of missing out. And I really don't want to be spoiled because the internet has no chill, and I'm sure everyone's gonna start talking about it. Some people received this book earlier and some people have already finished it. And for that reason, I want to read it this month just so I don't get spoiled, because I hate spoilers. But I am really excited to read this book. I love Sarah J. Maas and the way she writes and her characters, so I am pretty sure that I am gonna love the characters in this story. Moving along, but not far. The next book I have is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. As you guys know, I've been reading the Throne of Glass series. I only read the first one and the second one the first time around. Like, never picked up the other books ever, like since years ago. So this year I am buddy reading the whole series. I am gonna reread this one because I forgot a lot of the stuff. Last month I read the first one. This month I'm gonna be reading this one, and so on and so on. But this is the last book I read, so it's gonna be a reread. But I'm excited for it. I remember a few stuff, not a lot, so I'm really excited for it because I remember I did like it. And the next book I have, it's a book that I'm super excited for, and that is A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Camiri. I adored the first book. This is the second book from A Crystal Dark and Lonely, which if you guys didn't know, it's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. I loved every single aspect of that book. The characters were amazing. I enjoyed the storyline so much and I read it so fast. I didn't want it to end, but I wanted to get to the end as well. So I'm excited to read this book. Also, I'm not sure what this book is about. I like to go into my books blind. That's why I'm really bad in telling you guys what the book is about. But this book follows Harper and Ren and Gray, and I think we get Gray's perspective on this book. The first book was Harper and Ren's point of view, and we didn't get much from Gray, even though I love Gray. I'm excited to read from his point of view because how the other book ended, I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. And because of how the other book ended, I know that we're gonna see Gray on this one, and I'm excited to see what else happens in the story. And also the covers are amazing. Like, the next book I have is the book that I'm currently reading, and that is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, and I am so in love with this book. I read Poet X in January, so I decided to pick this one up at the end of like the last day of February, so it carried on to this month. I'm almost done with it, but I am loving it. When I say everyone should read this book and Poet X, I mean it. The characters are so unique yet relatable, and it gives you insight on the type of things that people go through. For example, in this case, our main character, she loves to cook. She wants to be a chef one day. She's in high school. She's a senior in high school. But the thing is that when she was 14, she got pregnant, and now she has a baby girl who she calls baby girl, and her name is Emma. And we follow this girl who's trying to live her dreams, yet she still has a family to take care of. They struggle financially, and she closes herself to a lot of things because she has to be a mom at a young age. And yeah, she has a dream that she wants to live as a chef. And there's so much talk about food on this book that every time I read it I get hungry. And one of the things about this book is that when I first heard about it and I knew that there was going to be some sort of cooking involved, the first thing I thought of was of Como Agua para Chocolate. It's a book written by Laura Esquivel. Sorry, I forgot her last name. I'll put it down here. But it's Water for Chocolate. If you guys have read that book, it's such a classic. That book also talks about our main character being a cook, and every time she cooks, all her feelings go into the food. So if she's crying and cooking at the same time, when people eat her food, everyone starts crying, or like the people that eat her food feel the way she was feeling at the time when she was making the food. And in a way, the author Elizabeth Acevedo incorporated that aspect as well into this book, and it's incredible. I think it's young kids who haven't read like Water for Chocolate get to see that kind of same storyline into this book. I really recommend this book. It's so beautiful, so amazing. The characters are lovely, and I just love every single bit of this. I'm almost done with it, so yeah. The next book I have, it's also gonna be a reread, and I'm gonna go back into my lane of fantasy and that is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Like you guys know, I love V.E. Schwab. I've met her a couple of times, gone to her signings, my books are signed, and she is such an incredible writer. I look up to her a lot as a writer because I love her dedication and every tip that she has as a writer. It's incredible. I follow her, and I haven't finished this series. Fake fan, I know. It's okay. So I read this book, and I kid you not, I don't remember anything about it. And I mean, that's something that happens to me a lot. I can read a book and remember like pieces of it and like the main idea of it, but I forget a lot of the plot and a lot of the details. I forget. So I'm gonna reread this book because I want to finish the series. So I thought it was longer, but it's not that long, so I'm excited to read it. And last but not least, I have a book that I've been wanting to read since it came out. And mind me, I don't read a lot of contemporary, but this is a book that spoke to me since it was announced, and that is Well Met by Jen DeLuca. This book, it's set at a Renaissance fair or something like that. And since I heard about that, I was like, yes, please give me that book. I remember in high school, I went to my first and only Renaissance fair, and it was so fun and magical, and it's just like everything, people dress up. I wish I knew more about the era and like what it was, because at the moment, because I would have dressed up for this, but I didn't know what it was about. And my chemistry teacher, actually, she was gonna volunteer, so she told us that we could receive extra credit if we helped her out in her booth. And I said yes, I would go because I needed extra credit in chemistry. So I went. She was selling pomegranate tea juice thing. It was so good. But anyways, I didn't know what the fair was about until I got there. She explained it to me. She was pregnant at the time, so she had to take breaks and walk. So I would be the one walking next to her, just keeping her company. So she showed me around and explained to me. It was so fun. And I had the best cinnamon popcorn ever. I've never had it again. It's just a sweet memory that it's so dear to me. And the fact that this book has a Renaissance fair in it just spoke to me. I was like, please give it to me. So I'm planning to read it this month. With no doubt, I'm gonna get to this book this month. And it's a love story. I love love stories at the end of the day. Even though I don't read a lot of contemporary stories, I am trying to change that because I'm also writing a little something that has to do with romance and adult romance. So I think reading more contemporary books. It's gonna help me out with my writing as well, so I'm excited to get to this one. Okay, so those are all the books that I'm planning to read for the month of March. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good month. If you guys have read any of these books, or you guys are planning to read any of these books this month, please let me know down below. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.